It's that time again. It's the season to transplant. And what that means basically is whenever, don't mind my hair, it's all over the place. It's kind of windy outside. So whenever you plant your tomatoes, collard greens, bell peppers, whatever it is, it's gonna grow in bulk. So once it grows, you wanna separate it. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. So, like this batch of tomatoes, you can't let all of that grow together. You see there's bell peppers and tomatoes because I put the seed directly in here. So what you want to do is separate it. So that's what transplanting means. Like all of this was growing over here, so I moved some over here. See what that means? And you want to do this in the evening when the sun is down, and then because they're getting taller, and I need to put these tomato mesh wires on here. So I bought more. These are the ones that I bought. These are much taller. These are like 56, 52, 56 inches. But these are taller, so I'm gonna save these for the tomatoes. I'm gonna switch this one out because that's tomatoes in there. So the bell peppers are not too heavy, but the tomatoes need the heavy ones. So you wanna put this one that's this young, so as they're growing higher, they're growing inside the mesh. And then when they reach, of course they want to grow taller, so I'll hook this on later on. Some of them already have it. This is from last season, I just left it on there. But so that's basically what I'm doing today, is transplanting, separating, and hooking up the meshes to the, oh, and I have more tomatoes that we didn't use and they were kind of withered, so I'm just gonna plant these. So nothing goes to waste. Everything that you're not using, use that, plant it back on the garden. So enough talking, let's get to work. So I'm just gonna hook my phone here. Oh snap, I forgot my selfie stick inside. And I'm just gonna try and hook it somewhere. I'm gonna be working here. Okay, perfect. So you're gonna need one of these, and the idea is to uproot the plant with some soil underneath, because if you just yank it out, it will wither and it might die because it's kind of getting hot. So I'm gonna, can you guys see this one? Oh yeah, you guys can see that one. So as you can see, I'm gonna try and separate this. So I'm gonna remove the bell peppers and leave the tomatoes instead. So the bell peppers, you wanna be careful. This is perfect. This is what you're trying to do. Take it out with the soil. So I'm gonna move this and plant it somewhere else. That. So all this can be tomatoes. Let me move this other bell pepper and put the wire mesh. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see this one? Oh, I guess let me move. Hopefully. There you go. Perfect. I'm gonna transplant this one. All of it. Okay. And like I said, the idea is to uproot it with the soil. You can set it down. Make sure you give the remaining ones enough soil. So this one, we remove it. I have a big oven here, so I'm kind of running out of space. And I'm just gonna work with thing about the bell peppers, they actually share space. So if you do run out of space, you can actually plant them close to each other. So as they're growing taller, they can actually share the meshes as they're growing taller. So I see another tomatoes. I want to put all my tomatoes in one section. So I'm gonna move this one. This one needs to be over here. So I'm gonna dig my little hole first. That way I don't have to set it down. And as you can see this as well. The idea is to uproot it with some soil so it can actually survive. I'm gonna move this one here. And then what I'll end up doing when I finish, I'll water the plants to give the soil some moisture, because they look withered whenever you transplant them like that. So that's okay. It's normal. They'll survive. And so far on this side, that's everything that needs to be transplanted. So I'm gonna start putting the meshes on so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So first I'll grab my mesh, my first one, and I like to kind of spread. You see the bottom comes like this. I like to kind of like, whew, my bottom fall harder. So let me stand over here. You guys can see what I'm doing. So I like to like spread the bottom. That way, when I hook it to the ground, it gives it like a bigger circumference around the plant instead of it being so close together like this. I like to kind of spread the bottoms out like this. So when I hook it up, see, these are taller. This is 56 inches. So I got these from Home Depot. If you guys care to know where to get tall ones. So this one might share, like 2 of my plants can actually grow inside of this because it's so big and it's so tall. So I'll use that to my advantage. Okay, so as you're hooking it down, try to spread the legs out as well. And I like to give it like a little grip, make sure it's securely hooked on. You guys can see. Wait. See how tall this one is? That's the one I just put on there. So when you put it on, I like to make sure you have a little, when the wind blows on it, it's a little stable. So that's the idea, is to make sure it's stable. I don't have an assistant, y'all. You're gonna bear with me. I'm just gonna work my way. Same thing. You wanna? I'm starting here so you guys can see. So you wanna separate the bottom. Make sure it's wide enough. See, like that. So compare this. I'm gonna show you how I separated my bottom. When you buy them, they look like this. See how the bottom looks. So they need to spread it out. So if you're looking for this, they come like this. So you're gonna separate it yourself. If you don't care, you can just hook it on like that. But like I said, these are pricey. So, and obviously I need a lot. So if you wanna utilize what you have, it's best to spread them out like this And as the tomato grows, I can actually tie this tomato to this vine, tie another one to this vine, and tie another one to that vine. So it helps because there's more hooks. So as I'm hooking it on the ground, I'm making sure there's like 4 plants around it. So as it's growing up, it's gonna be hooked to this one. One is gonna be hooked here, one is gonna be hooked here, one is gonna be hooked here, one is gonna be hooked here. And this just to give it support. So when it grows taller, and the tomatoes will be falling on this. And you make sure it grows from the inside so the tomatoes are hanging outside. The idea is to let the plant grow inward, and the tomato hangs up. So I'm gonna put this over here. So the same concept, just spread the bottom part out. That's your kitchen table. According to how you like it, have a little OCD. So now I'm going to just push it down a little bit. Even that staple, moisture staple. Because this is going to need to support the bell pepper and the tomato. That one is going to share bell pepper and tomato. The tomato is on this side, bell pepper is on this side. So that's basically what I'm doing, walking away that way. The next one is over here. This section right here is all tomatoes, so I don't need to worry about the bell peppers. So all I'm doing is making sure the bottom hooks hook on the right way. And I'm going to put it right in the middle. So each plant will get a vine. Down here real quick. Make sure it's wide enough to support each plant. And what I'm doing is giving it that little. And these two can actually support each other. And so, as you can see, there's a plant right here in the middle. I'm not going to put anything on that one because as that one grows, I can actually tie it onto this side of the plant. You guys can see that. So, this is the plant I'm talking about. This one. So I won't put any mesh on this because when it grows, I'm going to tie it onto this. So it's just going to grow up taller. And that's a bell pepper. So we don't need to worry much about the bell peppers. It's the tomatoes that need all the support. So now I'm going to shift to that end because I'm walking away over there. And I like to mix the colors. I bought some yellow ones right here. So this year I bought the silver ones. I'm going to buy more yellow just to balance out everything. So I'm going to put yellow bell peppers will be yellow, and the silver ones, this will be the tomatoes, the tall silver ones. Okay. One of the tomatoes down there has the yellow ones, so I need to change that. So let me grab that. So as you can see, these yellow ones are like 46 inches. These are 54. So I prefer the taller ones. They didn't have the yellow ones in this size. So the taller it is, the more expensive it's gonna be. But like I say, you're only gonna spend gardening. You're only gonna spend in the beginning stages. After that, you spend a life. So I'm using this from last year, so you can reuse this. I planted more tomatoes this year. That's why I needed more. But usually I have enough. But since I'm planting more tomatoes and I'm still planting more tomatoes, I'm gonna need more. But I bought enough now, so I have enough now. So I'm putting on this. So now we're gonna shift toward the end. I want to show you guys something. So I'm gonna separate the tomatoes. Actually, let me bring my little hook over here since I'm using my phone to hold. I'm using this to hold my phone. I left my fire stick, selfie stick inside. Did I say fire stick? Oh my world. Okay. So now this one. This is the tomato that I'm talking about. You see all of this grew in one little bunch. So you want to separate this. So I'm gonna probably do 3, or maybe 2. No, I'm gonna do 3. Separate this into 3. I'm gonna leave 1 here and transplant 2 on this end. I like my tomatoes on the end since they grow so bushy and they utilize a lot of space. So I like to put them in the end. Because if you put them in the middle of the garden, it's gonna take up too much space. So that's why I'm separating them on the end. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, much better. So I'm gonna separate this. First, you want to dig the hole. So these are just everything you cook with or eat, you dump it in the garden and break it. So after that, you just plant it over here. There's really nothing to it. So that one, I'm going to plant it in the middle over here. I'm going to have to put the whole thing and then just separate it. So this stuff together. In this case, I might have to break it like that. I still make sure there's salt. There's soil on the bottom. I say salt. What's wrong with me today? There's soil on the bottom. Put that down. And then this part, I'm gonna transplant. See, there's still soil on the bottom. I didn't mess it up. Be careful. They're super fragile. For the tomatoes, so if you don't want to put the big mesh, like if you have one vine of tomato, it's easier to just cook and just separate it. Okay, so the idea is to hook it on, and the way it's spiraling around because the plant is growing, you direct it around this, and this is pretty tall too. It's just as tall as the mesh that I bought today. So these are about 56 inches, I think. So I'm going to do that for the ones that are on the side, for this. So I'm going to save that. Once again, I like to flip it upside down. Make sure the the bottom is spread out into fours. So each vine for each blend. Flip it and flip it on the front. So these three rows support each other. So as the tomato is growing up, it's gonna go in, it's gonna be directed through this vine. The bell pepper is over here, so this one is gonna be directed on this one, so they're both gonna share. The idea is to grow them in and let the harvest fall on their own. I'll be picking my tomatoes like this and picking my bell peppers like this. Voila! Same concept. I'm gonna move the red, this red one. See it? Let's put the blue one over there and save this red one. These are from like 2 seasons ago. As you can see how thin these are. This is when I started gardening. I didn't know any better, so I got the super thin ones. And as the plant grows, it gets heavy. So those ones, I use those on my bell peppers. Those bell peppers are not that heavy. I'm gonna use this for about 4 lines of put some energy on it. Make sure it's cooked all the way. And then for this red one, I'm gonna put it on the corner. I'm still gonna use it. You shouldn't let this go to waste. So I'm still gonna use this because there's a bell pepper right here on the corner. And this, I'll probably buy these rods to help support this since it's so little, so light. That's the concept. Voila! Oh, let me put one more in the middle. I'll finish. I don't want to make it too long. Basically, this is the concept.
in the house.
Mama,